Hi Alison, it's Lucy Landon Lane. I'm just ringing up to say the protest will start in around about half an hour.
Many of you have brought banners that don't say corruption or don't say Royal Commission now. Can you please leave them in your handbags?
Most of the people here are obviously semi-retired or able to be away from their businesses. So they're intelligent, thinking people, and we're all down here with the same project. We have got to make the government stop, sit up and listen to us. The pulp mill is not to go ahead in Tasmania in the Tamar Valley.
We have a petition for David Bartley, and that's what we want to deliver. Officer, stand to one side. And if she or he says, no, I won't, then you say, then, officer, I really do need to get past you. I need to talk to David Bartley.
I live in the Tamar Valley. I'd say that 90% or more of the people in the Tamar Valley are absolutely opposed to the pulp mill.
We own quite a lot of land in the area, and we have been approached by Guns to put the pipeline through our property, which we're not happy about, and we're just worried that maybe this project will be taken over by the state and it'll be actually a state acquisition and supporting a private corporate business.
It seems to me there's a total breakdown in our democracy in Tasmania, and I'm not alone in thinking that. Lots of people are really disappointed and really angered by the way that the democracy simply isn't working here.
In the Tamar Valley, just north of Launceston, is the community of Rowella with its small farms and vineyards. Lucy Landon Lane and family moved here 13 years ago and planted a walnut farm.
It's rural residential, so there's a lot of people that live here that commute into town. It's about half an hour from Launceston. There's also small landowners, people who have retired here, people with young families. It's quite a diverse range of people.
But 5 years ago, the tranquility of the valley was shattered when the state government announced the construction of the world's largest paper pulp mill across the river beside the woodchip mill.
Where the woodchip was actually zoned heritage, but the zoning of the woodchip site was changed about 3 years ago without anybody knowing about it. It was changed to accommodate the pulp mill so that they would be able to say that it was in an industrial zone.
The public protests that followed the announcement surprised everyone. A wave of discontent swept across the community, and 10,000 people took to the streets of Launceston, the home of Guns Timber, the developers of the mill. The political pressure led to the resignation of the Premier, and then a global financial crisis saw the funding for the mill evaporate. The issue was put aside, while Guns Timber began its search in the international markets for a financial backer. Without a substantial injection of international capital, the mill cannot proceed.
So very, very quickly, when you take it to the police station, everybody will be taken to the police station. The police are extremely polite and courteous. You're polite and courteous.
We haven't been heard with all our letter writing, all our petitions, all our submissions, all the rallies where 10,000 people turn up. That we're just simply not being heard, and that's where, with the campaign as it is now, to move into the civil disobedience side of the campaign, that's where I feel we're really going to have more clout.
Okay, obviously they don't need this kind of publicity, the government and the pulp mill right now, so they're going to try probably as hard as they can to stop us. So our plan is that we, the arrestees, will go around the back, some of us down Murray Street, some of us over here, get into position, and as soon as we're in position, the supporters will come in en masse, create the diversion that we need.
You do not have authority to conduct the process on the steps here. We have the authority.
Gathering of persons for the purpose of demonstration, protest or rallies is to be undertaken on the lawns of Parliament Square behind me.
Some people are opposed to the mill for environmental reasons, other people are opposed to the mill because of the corrupt process that has gone with that. So it's really cut through all kinds of people in the community, all ages, all walks of life.
This is my mum, Lucy. Hello, this is Lucy. Hi, Lucy. I saw your picture in the paper and I really admired it.
She was so pleased. She told her women's church group yesterday, and they were all so proud of her, and they're praying for her right now. Good.
That's wonderful.
I was a bit nervous about telling them, but no.
No, it's amazing, you see, when you come out of the woodwork, it's amazing how much support there is.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so true.
As I believe on reasonable grounds that you have committed an offence against Section 6.1 of the Parliament House Act 1962, I am now giving you a formal direction to leave this area.
You're going to leave now? Okay, you're now under arrest. Following to comply with direction. Pick yourself up in your chair and we'll go over to the bus, okay?
I'll leave the chair.
I believe in standing on a principle, and the principle is that if necessary, and I've never ever been arrested before, I've never done anything wrong, I have the most enormous respect for the rule of law, and by standing here and being arrested, I'm making a very powerful point against corruption.
Glad it's nearly over.
It's a bit nerve-wracking.
It does. It makes your tummy flutter a bit, but it's for a good cause.
Place you under arrest. Thank you. There's been about 46 people here who are prepared to be arrested. Yeah, it has felt like a David and Goliath situation. However, I think that the fact that the majority of Tasmanians are against the mill, it's a matter of mobilising people and giving people the opportunity to really speak out and to have their say. I've put in a huge amount of time in the campaign. I probably average 3-4 hours a day working on it at the moment. Yeah, very emotionally stressful because we face losing everything. You know, our organic status will be destroyed, our health will be affected by the mill, our property valuation will plummet, we may not be able to sell. So, you know, as far as personal effects, they're enormous.
The worst thing I've ever done in my life is get a speeding fine. But we're driven, it's a last resort. It's an absolute last resort to try and raise the profile of this wretched affair to the extent that people overseas, the potential investors in this mill, will recognise that there is considerable community dissent.
Originally we were told that the mill was going to cost $2 billion. Now it's going to cost, apparently, we're told $2.5 billion. I place the figure probably in the end conclusion between 3 to 3.2, because what hasn't been factored in is there is going to be continual protest, and that protest is going to cost them dearly.
Basically, our actions are designed to get the message back to SODRA or potential joint venture partners and financiers that there is such opposition to the mill and there is this degree of civil unrest and political unrest that they will drop the project and not be involved.